Calling all nerds. This is More Than Dice, the podcast where we dive deep into the realms of everything nerdy. Whether you're a nerd culture connoisseur, a tabletop titan, a miniature gaming marveler, or just someone who proudly embraces their inner geek, this is the podcast for you. And now, let's get to the show.
Welcome to episode 348. Holy crap. We're
That's a lot of episodes,
we're
Gonzo.
almost at 350. 2 more weeks and we'll do it. Welcome to the episode. Today we're going to be talking about how to make your characters, or I should say players, care about their characters and care about the story, and what I like to call make them cry. Nestor calls them make them scared, and Mizzy likes to call it fuck you, Gonzo.
Emotional damage.
So we were talking about this, and we always try to figure out something to talk about every week, and you know, things come up. We're on a big RPG kick because we're playing a lot of RPGs right now. We'll be getting into some card games and some miniature games soon, because I have a topic for next week already picked out. They don't know about it yet, but
Look at you being all prepared and sneaking
Shit,
up
I
on
know.
us. Damn it, Gonzo.
I don't appreciate that at all. Stop that.
So, but
Nestor, you've known this man longer than I have. Just expect it. You know this.
I do.
so we're going to be talking about, with us doing a lot of RPGs. I mean, I'm running 2 RPGs, playing in a third, looking to do a Halloween one, a special edition one-shot Halloween one for some people. Going to be one that we can stream, so on and so forth. But we've just been on an RPG kick, and one of the things that came up is making people, you know, players care about this stuff. Because I've watched a lot of RPG streams from different people, from people I know to just going on Twitch and finding people's, you know, RPG streams and trying to watch and everything. And I see a lot of people that are, you know, during the game, they're looking down. Oh, is it my turn? Okay. Or someone's hogging the entire spotlight. There's one player that is spending the entire time monologuing and not letting other people get into it, and so on and so forth. And I'm just like, this is, you know, thought it was a very good topic to, you know, get your players into it, make them care and make them understand why they should be invested in the game. And it comes back into the whole philosophy that Daggerheart has that we were talking about, is be the champion of your character and everybody else's character. Not only as a GM, but as a player.
Yeah.
Be your fanboy type thing. And
Be your marigold to your Tomlin.
yeah.
If you
if
watch
you were
the
listen-
pre-ramble, you will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. We had a very interesting in-person game, which some people has asked if we would have those people that are in person come online and talk about the Daggerheart experience, because these are all brand new role players, and I got to get them together. We all got to get on so we can talk about it and such, and do a special report on it. So, but other
Still
than
weird
that,
being the most experienced player.
yeah.
Still weird.
We want to give a good shout out to our good friends at Turbo Dork. They had an amazing Gen Con. They are back in the office working on things right now, so we will be happy to see them and see what's going on with all their stuff. But we cannot wait to see what new products are coming out. So make sure you go check them out. Tell them Gonzo sent you. They'll probably laugh, but they'll be happy to know that we sent them cool people. So we do have a shout out, and this happened today. And I thought it was interesting because I had to think about it, and then I had to look him up to make sure. But the actor Terrence Stamp passed away. He was 87. I didn't see what he passed away from. 87. I figured, you know, health issues. But the way I remember him was, you know, Zod. He was
Yes.
Zod. in the Superman movies.
Oh, he was the old guy in the Haunted Mansion. I knew I recognized his face.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He also was in Phantom Menace and other things, and so he and I looked up all the movies that he's done in also, but that's where I remember him was Zod, because that's that's from my childhood. Telling me
Who
how old
was
I am.
he in? Who was he in the Phantom Menace?
I think it was a Phantom Menace. It was.
No,
was-
yeah,
It was Phantom
he's
Menace.
there. Yeah, it was. I'm just trying to remember what scene. was in the-
He was an admiral or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
Finis Valorum.
Yeah.
Oh, he was Chancellor.
Yeah.
He was the Chancellor before Palpatine.
Yes.
There you go.
So, that would make him a Disney hat trick.
Yeah. So he was there. Other than that, I don't think I have any other shout outs. Do we have any other shout outs, Mizzy?
I don't believe so.
Okay. All right.
You before Zod.
I guess we need to get to the important stuff. Nestor, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I just had a coffee, but now I'm actually washing it down with a Celsius, so I'm not sleeping tonight.
Caffeine on caffeine.
The double caffeine for the punch.
Yep. I'm also on call until tomorrow 8 a.m. So I should
You
be
kind
prepared.
you kind of need to. Yeah. That's fair. I'll give you
And
that.
I did sleep a lot this weekend, so I've caught up on it, and now I'm just gonna destroy my sleep that I had with triple
You just gotta
caffeine.
wreck yourself. No, it's fine. No
Yep,
big deal.
Yep, it's perfectly fine.
Mizzy, what are you drinking tonight?
I am on a Gatorade kick, so I've got this mashup again, but it is a mashup between lemon, lime, and orange.
That does not
It's
sound
actually
good.
not bad.
That does not sound good.
The lemon lime helps cut the orange. It's nice.
Okay.
You keep telling yourself that.
I'm a millennial who used to make suicides with as my drinks.
Ugh,
Okay.
just does not sound good. Ugh.
All for me.
All right.
It's
I'm
all you.
doing the good old H2O, so I don't have to worry about it. Just doing that right now so I can, have it and make sure I'm hydrated. Had a busy week, did a lot of cool things. Got a cool weekend thing coming up because Tomlin gets to see how much more trouble we're going to get everybody in. And I need to get our social media person to start posting things up.
Your social media person is overwhelmed and trying to focus on their self-care.
Yeah, because this
That's
week
right.
we've got the Wednesday stream, and then we have a Saturday stream, and then of course the Sunday stream. So we've got all of that going. And next week, here's a spoiler. Next Sunday, we're going to be talking about with Nova Open kind of coming up and finishing up, and Warfare Weekend finishing up. Our miniature plans for next year, convention wise, because Mizzy and I actually started that conversation because we need to get miniatures painted for Adepticon. So yes, I know.
It's a never-ending cycle.
So next week we're going to be talking about what miniature games we're going to play at Adepticon, and what what we're planning on and what we want to do based on the games we have. So we'll wait and see. So spoiler, I gave y'all a week's notice on this topic, so
For once.
It'll be
For the
more
first
of
time ever.
I don't know. He gave us like 5 days this week. Like I think it was Wednesday. He told us what today's topic was.
So, but that's what we're going to be talking about next week, which will be a really cool one because convention season is winding down in the next few months. And you're going to have to start, thinking about, and I know Nestor's going to have to start thinking about, any teaching things or whatever's going on. And I want to think about any games I want to play and what games I want to play throughout the year. Cause we're going to have to start, painting the models that we're not rushing when it comes to, Adepticon.
I have
So-
a shit ton of models to paint. I got
Yeah.
a lot of gray that I need to fix.
Same here.
I think I'm like 50% done with my Gravediggers. It'd be nice to have them fully painted for Adepticon,
Yep.
even if it's to use them in, because the narrative is still normally 50 to 75 points.
Yep.
It's not that big,
Yep.
but
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, Shadow Sword.
I was about to say good morning as well. Morning, Shadow.
It's morning somewhere.
Somewhere.
So weird. But so next week, next episode, we're going to be talking about how we're going to prepare for conventions next year. Most likely Adepticon, to getting prepared for, because that's when we're all going to be at, and we're going to see what we can figure out. But today's episode, we're going to be talking about making people care about their characters and their campaigns. So let's get started on that. But before we do, guys, we appreciate you listening. We appreciate you hanging out with us. As always, please take care of yourself. If you see something, say something. If you hear something, say something. We got to look after each other out there. If you feel like you can do something about it. If not, let people know. Because it is a shit world out there. So, cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so as we are talking about this subject, I am going to work on the Exelon and Aberration and put that together. So let me get that over there, and I'll move my cameras and all that good stuff. Because I already put them modeled out and kind of looked at them a little bit to make sure. And I'm gonna. Have you gotten yours yet, Nestor? Or are you gonna pick one out?
No, I'm gonna pick one up probably in September. You know what? I'll probably end up picking it up. Actually, I don't think Steamforge actually has a booth at Nova, so I'll probably I'll end up probably getting it after Nova Open.
Well, you subscribe to the app though, don't you?
Yeah, but I didn't get a year subscription.
Okay.
So I didn't know that was. I thought that was. I didn't know that until later, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm good. I'll just buy the plastic and build it.
Just buy
This is
it.
fine.
This is fine. I'm good.
Okay.
Get some good old smooth brain activity for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So first we'll look at the sprue real quick. Basic plastic sprue. I mean, if you've seen it, there's nothing big or bad or hard about it. It's got good grooves for everything to fit in and good, puncture areas. So not seeing anything that makes me go, oh crap, this is, anything bad. It'll be your typical way to put together a model. If you put together a model, you probably don't even need instructions. Because it looks pretty simple.
Unless you're someone like me who will glue on an Iron Man leg on upside down and backwards.
Is the character caster separate sprue, or is he?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
He is right here.
Gotcha, do you know if they ever posted assembly instructions on that?
I don't know if they did or not. Because people have asked about that too, and I don't know if they did or not. Oh,
weird.
Yeah, you figured they would do the QR code. By the way, I started putting together and doing my cosplay stuff. So I was testing out. So this is just gloss black primer, and then this right here is a chrome pen.
Ooh.
So this will be one of the claws for my Starkiller outfit. So this was a test print test thing, and so it turned out pretty damn good. So I'm gonna keep doing it and keep working on it and see how it looks, do the whole thing and such. But I did order the suit and the gloves this week, so we'll see that. And I also got some stuff coming in. I got a lot of Umbra coming in, so there'll be quite a few days where I'll be assembling or gluing the bases and basing the models.
So I'm looking on the site. It says get your downloadable instructions immediately after purchase. Links to the files will be shown on the checkout confirmation page and your account.
But if you didn't download it, how are you gonna get it?
Yeah. Exactly.
So, all right, so I'm gonna just get started on this, but so the reason for this topic is not to dig on anybody or be mean or hateful or such, but if a player is not into their character, they're not going to play very well,
No, they're not.
like at all.
Yeah.
No, and they're gonna lose focus on the entire situation.
Yeah. And so, of course, we're all into the Daggerheart stuff and all getting into it and blah, blah, blah. And there was a line in there that, be your fan of your character, be the fan of the story and everything. And I think that's pretty relevant to, our topic of doing this. Now, of course, we've been doing a lot of RPG stuff, but hey, we've been doing a lot of RPG stuff.
Yeah.
We're on a big
We're-
RPG kick.
We're nerds.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's I love when players build their player characters. And if I see that they're showing excitement for it, it makes my job as a game master so much easier. And I was very fortunate with all four of you that you guys had that enthusiasm,
Yeah.
because and that's what long story short, on trying to run this campaign, I'm trying to find excited players, not players who have no interest in learning the new system, have no interest in playtesting, no interest in running in a game, because they're so used to XYZ system.
Mm-hmm.
And Gonzo and Mizzy, you guys were like, "Hey, I want to play," and Josh, thankfully, he knew about this before I did. So when I told him I wanted to run a Daggerheart game, he jumped at the chance.
He said, "So I'm
And-
invited, right?"
I think he just invited himself. Like, it's like one of those, like the doors open and he's got a place for himself with like
Yep,
his
yep,
own
yep.
fork and like his own plate, fork and knife at like a house. So
He's got his own rack of ribs ready to go.
yeah, exactly. And that's what I love about Josh. He's down. He's down
Mhm.
to play. And Ariel is, I asked. She was the one holdout.
Yeah.
Because one, we stream it, and two, it's a new system. But she got me into Critical Role. So her and Josh, because again, I don't know these people left from right.
Yeah.
They're great. They look like great players. They look like they have fun. They're 10 years of them playing. That's a long time to
Yeah.
be with the same players and same game dungeon master for 10 years on and off, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's been Matt Mercer consistently being their he's the forever game master.
Except
like-
for
Not no more.
Campaign 4, which is very interesting.
yeah.
But-
Very looking forward to that.
But like, you guys were very interested about your characters,
Yes.
and that helps, because if Mizzy, you had just made your character because Gonzo told you to make your character, and you're like, I don't want to play. Well, we need a fourth. Come on, don't be like that. That's
Right.
one step. It's one of the things I dislike. I want my player characters to tell me they're down to have fun. They're down to play. Not, oh, well, I'm just here because,
I'm here because I was told to.
yeah, I don't even know my character. Like, Gonzo just wrote it up. And I'm like, well,
He told me
I-
what buttons to press, and so I did it.
Exactly. Gonzo min-maxed me. I don't even know what this is. Like,
I
don't even know
show
what
up
a
and I
rip-
do things. You tell me.
You're right. It's like, but, and that's a sign. That's a sign for me. If I find out
Yeah.
like you're not interested, it kills my adventure, because then I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, well, not everybody's having a good time, and then I feel bad if I kick her out. So I'm just gonna bow out. And that's my own mental hang up. But if the players are really excited about their character, that's a good step. The next step is having them play their character with that much excitement for a while.
Well,
You can have your character. Go for it.
all right, yeah. Before we go into that, Mizzy has never run a game. No
Nope.
problem. She's never done it. She's only made characters, and only played characters. And me, I've done it all, and I've got like a plethora of characters already ready. By the way, plethora is my favorite word in the entire world. Ready to go to play in case someone dies or someone runs a new campaign. I'm like, I already got a character made. Can I do this? Because there's so many cool things I want to do and want to play. And I think that goes along with a lot of the things of getting your characters to care about stuff is they find a character that they like and think is cool. And that is something that's very important to the game, is making sure that they're excited because they got something that they like to do.
Yep.
Not that, there's anything. I'm going to show y'all a little picture. So, of course, my door is closed and locked. And look,
Aw, the babies.
Tully is sitting with his nose through the bottom of the door waiting for me to get out.
Dad, let me in.
But the funny thing is, I'll let him in and he'll immediately want out.
He just wants to see your face.
Yeah. So,
He wants to play with the red ball until he gets the red ball.
yeah.
Then he doesn't give a damn about the red ball. So
Yes.
But and I think that's what is very, very important to start off, is to get people excited about playing a character. And Mizzy, you've only been a player. What gets you excited to play a character?
Having this really cool idea and then being able to do it. So like with Grota, I'm a frog. That just screams shenanigans to me. And then I'm a rogue, I'm a nightwalker. I can jump through shadows. That's really fucking cool to me.
yeah, you had fun with that.
Yeah,
that's
I did.
Well, so like to here's an example, right? Like Grota is a perfect example of a player's character that was made that you enjoyed. And then I have seen players write up a character that they think is cool, but not use it to the best of their abilities.
Oh yeah.
Right?
See, and
So-
I've done that myself. Like I had this really cool idea for an Icewind Dale campaign that we were doing a hot minute ago. And I really liked the character and the idea that I had, but I didn't feel experienced enough and not educated enough in the game to execute it properly,
Right. And
which
so,
took the fun out of it.
right. And so that's normally the game master can try to help,
Hmm.
right? So, when you have you have someone that writes up a gun mage, but then all he's using is a bow and arrow.
Correct.
And I'm like, bro, you're a gun mage? Like, if I'm a gun mage, I'm gonna be Kane. I'm gonna be Alistair Kane. I'm gonna
I'm
be
gonna
the
be shooting stuff.
I'm going to be doing Rocket Raccoon, bang every like, and they're doing all this stuff, and I'm like, but like, you're a gun mage. And that's like the game master's prerogative to be like, hey, did you see you can do this with your character? And like that's in the beginning, right? Like you start noticing they're not playing their character properly, or even at all. They just like, oh, I punch them, oh, I do this, or I do that. They do the basic attacks. I'm like, dude, you should be like taking these things out.
You got this
and that-
ability. Use
you
this
got this-
ability.
Right, like you have rune shot. Like you can add an extra D6 to your shot. Like you don't run out of bullets, my man. Like you're epic. You're supposed to be epic. And that's just the game master could try to help the player. But if the player doesn't have any interest, unfortunately, there's only so much you could do about it.
Correct. Yeah. The players got to be excited about their character before anything else.
And I think that's a lot part of why I like Daggerheart so much is that it is encouraging players to talk amongst yourselves and figure it out so that if you're not a more experienced player if you're not a more experienced player, you can get help from the more experienced players at the table.
Yes.
Because it's like, oh, hey, well, what about this? You could do this, like yesterday when we were playing our game, I was like, but tell me, do you have something to rally us by chance?
And that's important. That's
like Danny DeVito.
yeah, like, it's helpful when there is at least one or two experienced players or that are familiar with the scene or setting or even the game, right? So like we all know Tomlin is like the de facto leader of the Lost Ones.
Yes.
Is it de facto?
He's de facto leader. He's just I'm taking over, right? He'll rally the troops, and then you got Josh's orc just taking the tanky damage, where it's like I did 13, cool. I take 1 point of damage. Like I'm like, what? Please. The only time I was hurting him is when I'm doing crits.
Yeah.
And that's heavy. And even then, he's like, "Oh, I take 2."
Yeah, you're like
I'm gonna knock. I'm gonna take 2 armor slots and knock it down to 1 or nothing. I'm like, oh, you're killing me. But, which is, you guys have that. You guys work very well together, and it's hard to find sometimes in a campaign where you're going to have that one player character who's going to be like, I only showed up because I have nothing else to do today, and I signed up for this ages ago.
Yeah.
And and I'm guilty. I've been that player where I overextend myself and I'm like, "Oh, I can't do Wednesdays because I have a freaking job that requires me sometimes to stay late." Or I have my daughter or XYZ. I can't always commit to a game. I can commit to running a game
because you're in control of the schedule.
Right. I'm in control of the schedule. I can say, okay, the 23rd works because I have nothing else going on. like, oh, I want to play the Gundam TCG. You know what? I can do that in September. Right? I can play the trading card game all throughout September on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Whenever Gonzo can get a copy of it and we can actually play together.
It's funny. But when the player character shows up and has no interest, that's even worse in my opinion.
It is.
Yeah.
And I want the player characters to be interested, and I try to push the players to be interested. But if
you don't have to push us, it's fine.
No, you guys are so, like, look, ball, yo, we're gonna stab that ball, yeah, like it's the excitement. It's the trying to stop the leader from getting away, and you guys just hate him so much.
Yeah.
But that's also something a game master can do, is try to provoke interaction with the players, where every player is doing interaction, because in Daggerheart, you're not sitting on your ass.
No. You can't.
There is no sitting down and waiting your turn. It's pay attention, because if Gonzo does this right, you have an opening. But if Grota rolls with fear, I have an opening. Right? Yeah. Or I take it anyway.
Because especially that's why.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, you guys are too happy. You guys are way too happy.
That counts. The thing is, a lot of people are asking to see people that are running the game. They're like, hey, is anybody running the game? I want to see what it's like. so on and so forth. And because there is no backseat gaming in this with Daggerheart,
No.
really. You can't.
No.
Especially as a GM, you can't. You can't just let things slide because you have to be active within the story. Everybody's engaged, everybody's doing things, and also things are happening. You have abilities that happen because something else happened in the game. So it just comes into
Yes.
it. So
You have your
Yes.
reactions.
yes.
You have your reactions. It's like, oh, I rolled a crit, I get a hope. Now I'm going to use this hope that I rolled earlier and then it can chain effect. Um, I'm all for letting stuff like that flow,
Hmm.
except if it takes away from my story. And then at that point, it's like, whoa, time out. I'm gonna use a fear and interact here. Continue. Like,
Yeah.
whoa. Like I'm gonna do something funny. You can do now. You can continue, smashing them to bits or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what I enjoy is that, if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss an opportunity, and then you're going to miss interactions with the game, and then you're going to miss further interaction with your player characters,
Yes.
and then it's going to chain effect into you're missing the story.
Yeah.
Um, and that's what I dislike. I dislike creating a whole entire storyline, but then someone to just be like, eh.
It's
don't care.
also that I've been watching a lot of other streams just for the fun of it, and watching other people run D&D, and I see a lot of that. And I started seeing that with my Rebirth of Souls. People are just like, "Is it my turn? Okay, I do this," and then
Yep.
their mind blanks out. And that's the
Yep.
reason why we're switching over to Daggerheart.
Because I batted my eyelashes and said, please.
She did ask if we could switch over and ask the team, and everybody was all for it. So,
Gonzo, Shadow Sword says stop, legs first.
too late. I've already started. The legs wouldn't go in.
Yes.
Because you got to do the legs first.
Well, the legs wouldn't
And
go
the
in even when I tried to do the legs first. All right, so I'm gonna have to pop this apart. All right.
Oh,
I
see
did
it.
find the instructions online, by the way. Put it up in chat.
This is the one part that I couldn't figure out. All right, so Shadow Sword, thank you. All right.
But yeah, like I was talking, I talked to a lot of people on TikTok, um, who are game masters who just started with, uh, Daggerheart as well. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see any of them at Gen Con, but they're like, no, we saw you. And I was like, well, you didn't say hi. You were teaching. I was like, say hi.
Always say hi. PK.
Always say
Aggressively.
hi. Like you throw a die at me, I'll pay attention.
Yeah.
Especially because it's like Daggerheart is such a it's new and it's unique and it's new players and it's or old players and old game masters and dungeon masters trying something new, right? And one of her name is Dice Whisperer, and she just starts running mass, like I think she's doing like 3 or 4 different online games for Daggerheart, and that's all she does. It's just Wednesday stream, Thursday, Wednesday game, Thursday game, Friday game, Saturday game. And I'm like, that's a lot. And I respect game masters that can do that. And it's like none of them are in the same game. Like they're 4 different systems, right? They're 4 different campaign settings in Daggerheart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's insane. But she keeps all her players interested because of the interaction that the game master has with the world, right? Like if you guys are having too much fun, that's great. But and while I enjoy you guys having fun, I also want to continue the storyline and show that there is some sort of threat in the environment you're in.
Yeah.
Whether
Strike
it
fear
be
into our hearts and
right.
remind us, oh yeah, you have a mission to do.
Yeah. And that's the thing. If you don't tell the story, then they're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, and then they're bored.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of
Um,
times that I be running the story and they don't care about what's going on because it's, oh, we're going to step A and step B, until they realize that their actions are going to change up what's going to happen and they're having to deal with those actions.
yes, yes, and that's the scenario with Daggerheart more than anything else, because just because you passed doesn't mean that it's going to go 100% your way.
Especially when you
It,
decide to try to get a deal on some armor and roll your persuasion
With fear.
and everything else, and you pass it with fear. Um,
hmm
so it was just, sorry, something came up, and they'll have to figure it out once it happens, and so on and so forth.
I know nothing except consequences.
Love
Yep.
it.
But all right, sorry. But the one thing that I've always noticed is I always want to make sure that if something's happening in the game, I make sure it happens to them and
hmm
not um bystanders. Like, when they say, so on and so forth. And this is where Mizzy, the emotional damage part of my game comes in, is
Mhm.
I make sure that every action that has and does something is important to the story, for the fact of, hey, Erica's character died. I made people tear up the way the story went and what happened with it. And I was like, good, because it should, because you lost a character, blah, 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 blah,
hmm
blah. And getting that is like really, really hard to do, because you want to get people invested into what's going on and you want them to experience the game. You don't want people just sitting by.
hmm
And the latest one,
We want to feel it.
yes,
Shit.
in my Rebirth game, the characters actually kill major NPCs in the World of Forgotten Realms. Um,
Fuck you, Gonzo.
and so I played on Mizzy's love of Dritz, and her character technically kills Dritz and Guinevere. And so her character, while her character
I
really
have
doesn't
not
care,
recovered from this, nor do I think I will.
but
I'm
I know
I'm already
Mizzy,
feeling it.
but I know Mizzy loves those characters, and so I use that, to feel the pain of what happened.
hmm
And I think that you have to really kind of push and tug at the heartstrings of players at times.
Yeah. Well, like for instance, Josh was gonna go all out, and you guys are like, no, 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 go unconscious, go unconscious,
Yeah.
because
It is too early, and this is a stupid fight to die in.
and I
Save your Blaze of Glory for later.
I was like, oh shit, okay, let's go for it. Right? I'm not gonna. I'd be like, all right, you know what? Maybe it's a bad idea, but I had plans for his next character, whichever it would be, and where he would show up in the story. I have that for everybody,
Yeah.
right? Like,
You
You
it's
have
it's
contingency plans because you already know
yes,
we gonna be dumb and we gonna fuck around and find
fuck,
out.
it's like eating an acid-blooded insect,
Yeah.
thinking it's going to be yummy.
Frogs eat crickets. My justification and validity was there, okay?
Look, it's not a cricket. Think of it as like a xenomorph, not a cricket.
Hey there,
It was.
Will.
It's spicy. Yes, it was
Whoa.
spicy, and
It was big spicy, but it was
it was
worth
big
it
spicy.
because
It was.
it had a good story element to it.
It did. It
Thank
did.
you.
And as a man who loves buffalo chicken, I can go with spicy. I like spicy.
Yes.
But I also know not to have the killer buffalo sauce from like the menu. Like,
I've got some habanero truffle sauce over there. Let's go.
ass.
But I think also making NPCs that they care about and then fucking with those NPCs to make the player characters get pissed off that you fuck with with an NPC that they really love.
Yeah.
Is really, really good.
Or like an NPC that annoys them so much it gets them invested for the rest of the game. Um,
That bitch.
Yes.
that bitch.
That bitch.
Exactly. You know, the captain of the guards who was annoying you guys for 3 full rounds of combat by just escaping every single time, and your guys are like, "Damn it, why is he running away?" Just
Have a
for it
plan.
to, just for it, just for it to be spoiler anticlimactic the way he dies.
Uh,
Like,
By the way, I did say I was going to show what the Winter God is going to be like in my in-person game, and this is the Winter God.
why is he so majestic, and why does he have a rabbit?
No,
I told. I want a copy of that mini. By the way, I know I told you before, but for the record, I want a
For-
copy of that mini.
of course this is made with the Eldritch Foundry's toolset, and I just supersized it, so
Yeah.
it's much bigger. But this is going to be the Winter God for my in-person game. So
Oh,
Sorry.
Gonzo, that's one thing I need to get with you between now and probably October, to create the models for my game for Warfare Weekend.
okay,
Um,
no problem.
because the ones that actually play in it will be able to keep the miniatures.
No problem.
It has.
Are you going to paint them, or are you going to keep them gray so that the players can paint?
I'm gonna keep them gray so the players can paint them.
I like it.
I'll have. If I get a chance and I can paint the four models for the adventure, and then the characters who play those characters will get their own version of it as well. So,
I'm here for it.
and I
Well,
gotta find a.
if you make the character sheets, the NPC, the character sheets, I can just build it off of that, and just go from there, and then send you the files so you can print them off.
I
You
did.
wanna do-
I did build the really quick the Gundam Seed model.
That looks legit.
Nice.
So
Sprue.
I was like, oh, I can. And like I said, they're pushed to fit. They're really nice, but they need to stop being so expensive. That's really annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to it, I really think that you need to make good connections from players to NPCs or from player to players. Because I've already got, not only do I have NPCs, that bitch, that's going to be screwing with the players, but I also got some other things that are going to happen, and they're not going to like it one fucking bit.
Mm.
And the reason why
And
they're
that's
not
the-
going to like it, because it's going to pull at their damn heartstrings.
Because fuck you, Gonzo.
Damn it, Gonzo. And that's I like doing that as well. I like creating interaction for the players and the NPCs, or the players and other players, right? Like,
Yeah.
I want to see if one player's actions mess with the story, not a bad way, but it changes the story a bit. There should be some tension, right? Like,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
Tomlin stole this artifact with Grota, and now they're on the run, and they're getting hunted by whoever, and now it's coming to bite them in the ass. And now it not only brings in Ariel and Josh's characters, but also it can change the entire dynamic of the world and campaign you're in.
Yeah.
Just because of what you guys did.
Mhm.
And that's the other thing I like about Dagger Heart is that you guys wrote up your characters cool, but you guys came up with your history and your interactions with each character on top of your history. So I have food for day. I have a buffet of storyline here.
We the one of the things that I like is people are like, "Can I do this?" Yeah, you did, and that's what happened. Someone said they wanted to, get stuff and everything and make it so it was cheaper for them to do it, and they fucked around and found out, and they have to deal with the consequences of their actions.
Yeah.
The fuck around and find out part is always great for me.
Oh yeah. In an Iron Kingdom game, I was running. Ariel's character was a mechanic. Her sister was the warcaster, and her sister had a warjack. So they thought it would be cool to fix some issues that the warjack had because it was quirky. And it ended up being that it almost caused an entire, core meltdown. The almost had like a mental breakdown of the warjack because you're not supposed to mess with that. You're a entry level mechanic. Like, it's something, oh, this would be fun. No, it's not fun. It's they had to actually take it to a mechanic. Now that just expands on the storyline.
We thought it would be fine at the time.
That's exactly the thing. It thought it would be fine.
But y'all fucked around and found out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another reason why I kind of like Tomlin a lot in this campaign. The reason why I'm playing him, as this person, because he's a fuck around and find out, and he likes to fuck around and find out, because that's the variety of life right there.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Slice of life.
it is just going to be what it's going to have to be, and it'll be fine. It'll be fun.
Keep telling yourself that.
I gotta admit, I don't miss building miniatures like that as much, like Games Workshop miniatures. 'Cause Gundams are easy, like Gundams are just like that, but it's so far and few between compared to like building Dark Eldar like, and
Yeah.
Eldar and all this.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
even Space.
yeah, I haven't built miniatures in forever because everything's pre-built now for War
Printed,
Machine.
yeah, and everything's printed, right? So like,
Yep.
even if you like, I think I have my Emperor's Children, right? Like I have Emperor's Children. I haven't even finished building because it like the drive to paint and play has not been very strong. I'm like, I'd rather pick up a deck of cards and get smashed in the face in Magic. Yeah, the first two games I've played, one with Marla and one with Michelle, they both smashed me. And I was like, well, this is a good teaching. No, it wasn't teaching us. You lost. You suck. Move on.
Suckless noob.
So, right? Get good. Get good. Like um and like but the characters have to have some sort of interaction. Um be careful putting on the back piece there, Gonzo. That is the other hard part.
Okay. Thanks, Shadow Sword.
But like if you have to keep them interactive either with NPCs or story. And the NPC's interaction doesn't have to interact with the story either. It can just be a interaction with an NPC that they really like. Yeah,
Yep.
that they really like. And then you gut the NPC in front of them and watch the heartstrings.
My goblin child, you will be the ruined.
and what's funny is that you guys have not met any of the NPCs really for Daggerheart yet because, or at least in my adventure, because it just hasn't happened yet. But they're there. I've had NPCs that you will have interactions with. Grota met already one of them, the mayor's assistant. She has an interesting storyline. You guys met Garrison. You haven't met a couple of the other ones. And it's just those interactions with those NPCs help build not only the story but also build the characters in general.
Sort of like a really cool troll that they've met in my game named Lodo.
Fuck you, Gonzo.
Mizzy, why don't you go ahead and tell me about that one? Because that is a perfect example of what's going on.
So we walked up into this area where this autumn person was supposed to be that we were meeting type thing. I can't remember the exact details of everything, but so we walk up and there's this big giant friendly troll named Ludo. He's just vibing, having a party, everything. He's fantastic, gentle giant. All he wanted was to give hugs and party and beat on the ground and summon these little forest sprites. It was a great time. And then these badass motherfuckers, the big bads, as I'm calling them, show up and absolutely destroy Ludo. And we're all like, you bastard.
That's just unfortunately how it goes.
Ludo deserved better, okay? Hashtag that.
I can't think of I think I could. I think there's only one time I actually had an NPC that the guys team, the players really liked back in the days when I was running Rifts. And he jumped in front of a laser shot meant for somebody else. Because he had like a sixth sense go off and he knew that person was going to die and didn't want to. So like the player characters were like, oh my god, like they were very distraught. And it wasn't even on purpose. I just thought it would be something cool for the story. And they literally went on like a revenge tour of like finding out who hired the assassin and then trying to find them and so on. And it was an entire summer campaign just for them trying to find out who, and it was just like a lowly NPC and the player characters would go all out. I think Gonzo,
You don't
if you
fuck with the gentle giants and the lovable creatures.
No, it really is. It's one of those things where you're just like, wow, was not expecting that. Like the best laid plans are sometimes happy accidents. I didn't know he had 4 arms.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yup. Almost done with them. Got the head and the back piece to go after this piece. I wish I would known that they were going to be this close. I should have done the small arms first.
Yep. Now we know for
when you put yours together.
Yep.
Shadow Sword just didn't tell me.
Learn from Gonzo's mistakes.
Blame Shadow Sword. He didn't tell me that.
He told you everything else.
You can't expect all the answers. Damn.
Shadow Sword, it is not your job to tell this man how to build his models. Let him learn.
If he wanted to know how to properly build the models, he would pay attention to the links that I put in the chat.
Burn.
This goes here.
Are you sure it goes there? Are you sure it doesn't go somewhere else?
Yeah, that's the only place that can go.
Such a shit.
There's something that goes underneath that?
Yeah, this.
Okay. Yeah, because I think that's what you said. That those
And then these.
You know what? Never mind. I'm not building that. I'll proxy it with something else.
Yeah, this will need to go on. It goes glued to here. And this. Shit.
You know what, Mizzy? I will pay you to build that for me.
Bet. I'll do it.
That goes there.
We can talk price after the show.
Yeah.
$1 million.
I don't mind this.
She's gonna want some magical equipment of epic proportions for the game.
So I have an idea.
Yeah. This is how things immediately go wrong.
Ooh, Shadowsword burned you too, Gonzo.
What do you say?
He said it looked easy for an experienced hobbyist. Maybe that is not Gonzo.
Oh, wow. That's an emotional damage right there as well.
Good job,
That's a
Shadowsword.
that's a that's a
Proud of you.
burn. That's a burn.
I'll go get the aloe vera for you.
Oh man.
I mean, for the most part, it is. I mean, without instructions, you can pretty much get it.
I mean, you did most of it good so far. Minor hiccups of like lower arms first, but that's
Yeah.
just it's not something you would have expected. So
And then these can squeeze into here after that, so that's not too hard. But definitely got to glue this in first. Okay.
I need to look at where I am, what I left off at in terms of my my gravediggers. Not that I need to buy everything, but
But you
I'm
want to buy everything.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Like,
So you might as well just finish out the collection. Let them have all their friends. It's fine.
yeah, I think okay. So the commandos, I got that commando officer. Yeah, it's just actually it's Boom Boom, a heavy field gun, and the assault strider.
Which
You-
I also looked at that. It is you can order them and they are made to order.
Yeah.
It's not technically pre-order.
Ugh.
yeah, it's pre-order for it's pre-order for now, and then after a while, it'll be made to order.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't say pre-order. It just says
Oh.
made to order.
Yeah, so it's ready. Like, which that was the same with the gun mages when they first came out. Because I needed to max FA on them, so
Yes,
don't
because gun mages.
gun mages exactly. Um, so I have like the max FA, but it was made to order. So, but it was only like 2 weeks I waited. So I think so.
It's not
I missed.
terrible.
It's not terrible, but it's also like
Annoying.
I'm also not a gamer like that where I need to have everything right now.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe that's just me, but
It's not like we don't have piles of potential anyway. So
right. Like I'm a filthy casual. I don't play for competition. I don't paint for competition. I paint and play for fun, and when the mood strikes me,
Mhm.
But unfortunately, War Machine is that one game that I tilt very hard on when it doesn't go my way. I don't know why. I've never explained. I never knew why.
Explain yourself.
I don't. I don't know what it is. It's like if I lose an Infinity, I lose. If I am, except when Josh uses Mortarion in Death Guard for for Warhammer,
Mhm.
anything else, I'm fine. I lose. But when Mortarion comes out, I get really bent out of shape. Um, I even to the point where I will buy bigger things. Just it's that mindset of like buy more, you'll play better, and that's not the actual truth.
It's not actually how that works.
No, I wish it was, but it's not. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, no, I like when my player characters are invested in their players. And sorry, when the players are invested with their players characters.
Yes.
Yeah, words.
Words fail me. I like that they have a story. I like that they are thinking deeply about uh, their interactions in the future with NPC Alpha, Beta, and Charlie.
Mhm.
And oh, I can't wait till I see this player, the NPC, so I can do this, and that. Deep down in your mind, you're knowing that you're going to gut that NPC in the future. Um, and it's because chaos. I love seeing chaos reign when it comes to a game. At times, like what's the best way to to tug on the heartstrings of the player characters is Unfortunately, got their favorite NPC in front of them.
You know what? That's supposed to go right there, and I really don't care for it. I'm happy with the way he is.
So,
Boom.
Mizzy, you've never run a game. Have you ever thought about running a game?
The thought has crossed my mind, and it has been proposed to me that I do some in the future. However, I'm still unsure about it as to when it might be.
Yeah, I try to get. I think Ariel
I'm not
has.
saying never, but I'm also saying definitely not right now.
I know Ariel has run some basic games, but never something huge. And I'm like, nothing. It doesn't have to be a freaking Lord of the Rings storyline. Like, you
Yeah.
could just do a one shot. Um. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute.
Well, that took about 45 minutes or so. So not
Yeah.
bad. Just I'm just not used to putting together models anymore
No,
at all.
I'll let Josh do this. Like Josh will build this.
Josh will build that
Oh,
for you.
if you think I'm bad and gonna ask for something crazy, I think Josh is gonna ask for something crazier.
Josh is gonna ask for ribs. He's a simple. He's a simple orc.
He's just a simple boy.
I did have. What was funny is I did have. And when our characters made an appearance in my live action one, Josh did eat a rib and shove a piece of meat in his mouth, and did complain about, no, Tomlin's not good. There's a curse on the world, and the curse on the world is everybody thinks that he's good, and he's not really that good.
Yeah, that's a thing. I really like when the players get together and interact like that, even after scenarios. Like after you guys have played, you still make fun of the ribs, the all the things going on in it, and it warms my heart as a game master to see that because it means that the story is working.
Yeah.
So the hammer is called a tenderizer. I can see that. The big guy has like it just needs the little spikes for it and I would believe it. But he's chunky. He's another one. I like the super heavies. I don't like the road pig, but I like the model.
Yeah.
I don't like the rules for him, but that's just me. Is it media time?
It is. We've been talking, and
Damn.
it went by pretty damn quickly. So media. I'm going to talk about the one thing that I watched that I know that nobody else has watched, because there is one thing that all three of us watched, and I know there's one thing that me and Mizzy watched. So I am trying to finish out Resident Alien. Of course, this is the final season. We're not getting anything else. Blah blah blah. Son of a bitch. This show is still funny. It's still good. It's still nice and decent. Alan Tudyk is great. He's doing really good. This season also Jewel State is in it. And it's so weird to see her in like this, dark hair and serious look. But I'll give a final rating after it, but it's still good. It's still fun, and it's still interesting. The characters are still good. And I'm going to continue it out. I'm only got like 3 more episodes to go out for the rest of the season or series, because it is the end. And I'm going to look forward to it. But I'll give a final rating once it's completely done. This is going to be a very touchy and interesting subject. So if you have an issue with blood, guts, and gore, you've been fair warned. If you do not want, because we are going to spoil this show. So here is your live notice. We're going to spoil Alien Earth. So you have 5 seconds to leave before we spoil anything for you. If you don't care, if you don't want to be spoiled, stick around. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoilers are on Alien Earth.
Starting what the actual fuck?
All right, so
That is my reaction.
We first have to start off that this show is before the Alien movie, the original
Yes.
Alien movie. That's the timeline of where this is, where corporations have taken over planets, owning parts of the world, so on and so forth. And they do a little, back and forth at the beginning of the show of people, who's ruling what, a little bit of backstory on it. Great. I like that because it gives you a little bit of information about what's going on.
Yes.
No problem. Enjoy that a ton. And then we get to see the crash ship. But before we do the crash ship, we have to get the story of synths. The new downloading children into adult bodies. This is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
There ain't no kind of to it. It is fucked up.
And the fact that the boy genius is Peter Pan, and these are the lost
boys.
Yeah. And the main
The fucked up
character is
version of the
called,
Lost
is
Boys
called
and Peter
Wendy.
Pan.
Yes.
Like she didn't even she came up with that name on her own, that it was Wendy. And I was like, this is creepy as fuck. On top of everything else.
Well, let's talk about their acting in this, because these are adults having to act like 8 to 12-year-olds. And
Yes.
one of the things that, was kind of funny is after she's in her adult body and she's sitting down and she's got like one leg propped up, sitting like a child. And she's like, what are these for? And she grabs her boobs. And like, when I run, they flop around. And, and I was like, yeah, I can see a little kid that has no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Doing
They're
this.
all great. They're all great.
Oh yeah.
In the sitting, to be fair, bisexuals sit like that. So
But also like the way the character, the adults who are children are interacting with the world
Yes.
outside, right? They're like building a paper plane in a command center, like, and then
Go,
through it. And I was like, I can see that. And
yeah,
and seeing their interactions of like, what is that? I don't like that. And they're running away from it, knowing that full well that almost nothing can harm them.
Oh yeah.
But they're still scared, right? They still
Yeah.
have those feelings, and that's very real. For some a child who has had no time. Let's be real. 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds don't have as much time still.
Yeah.
Dealing with all their emotions. These are 8 to 15, maybe the oldest, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
because dealing with their emotions and fear and everything else in their new bodies on top of that.
Yes. Adult bodies with the mind of an 8-year-old or 12-year-old,
Mhm.
and dealing with these fears. And I'm going to say these actors were great. They played
Yes.
off 8 and 12-year-olds perfect.
Mhm.
chef's kiss.
The mannerism, everything, that was really, really good. Highly loved that. Thought that was really great. It was very interesting to see them do that. And when they were seeing these weird things, they were like, we're scientists, we don't kill. Okay. And they're like, grabbing knives and everything. And,
Mhm.
whenever let's talk about the cat for a second.
Do we have to?
We have to talk about the cat.
Do
So
we
of
have
course,
to,
this
though?
is a science vessel with alien creatures in it, and
Mhm.
there's this cat that it's half of its body is burnt, eaten, chewed off, and then it's got legs being dragged behind it, and this one huge eyeball, and it's like walking toward them, meowing and stuff, and then the eyeball pops out and grows legs and grows other irises around it and starts going after them. And the kid
Yeah.
that it hits, he's freaking out like a child.
Yeah.
And whenever it lands on the table and they put the thing on top of it, he grabs a microscope and puts a microscope on top of it and hugs it all. And I was like,
Yeah.
I can see a kid acting like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Not knowing, right? Because I'm pretty sure the eyeball is only attracted to biological
Yeah.
entities, right? Just like everything else, all the other aliens and specimens are attracted to biological entities. So it wasn't going to pop her eye out or his eye out, and but it's still scary,
Oh yeah,
right?
If you
that
got
was
an
a
eyeball crawling at you, yeah, you gonna be scared.
that was a
Yes.
very creepy scene.
The everything in this show in the first 2 episodes so far, yes, by the way, it's only 2 episodes so far,
Yeah.
have been
Yeah.
tremendously well done.
Oh yeah.
Even to the point where the main character's brother was trying to get out of being a field medic for the Prodigy Colonial Marines or whatever they are.
Yeah.
They're a rescue squad. So in my book, you're a Colonial Marine at that point. But
You are
You know,
search and
they're-
rescue.
yeah, you're search and rescue. That means you're a Colonial Marine at some point. But I love how the corporations have taken it's exactly the way it should be in the Alien universe. Corporations have taken over. Colonial Marines are under Weyland Yutani or Yutani, because they technically haven't taken over Weyland yet. Who knows? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, everybody's screwed. I think the alien is playing cat and mouse with the brother. Like he could have killed him like 10 times.
I
And
can
he's just
see
like-
that, yeah.
He's like, no, go, because you're gonna get more people. I could totally see that. Because the way the second episode ended, I was like, I want more. And a part of me is like, I'm glad it's not on Netflix because they would just binge
the entire thing. I would have binged the entire
Right?
series.
Yeah, we'd be talking about the entire series by now. But I'm also upset because I want more so fast. It's kind of like watching The Foundation. Every Friday, I have to wait for the new episode.
Nestor, you
I'm
can't
like-
have both in this situation.
I'm greedy. Yes, I can.
You cannot have both in this situation.
Um,
You can have both in other things.
what I
Yeah.
really was really excited about and what was fun to watch was the alien, the xenomorph,
Mm-hmm.
classic. You know,
Yep.
there wasn't this weird thing. It was just a classic xenomorph that killed with impunity. Well, I did watch Murderbot. Loved it. Had a blast with that. Can't wait for next
Yep.
season.
I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's pretty funny too. But the part that I thought was very interesting was when the rich guys were, dressed up in the
Oh.
Renaissance periods. They're like, "We're rich.
Yes.
We don't have to do this shit. We're rich." And then
They get
the
all
rich
killed.
get eaten. Yeah, the rich get eaten.
The rich.
Eat the rich. That's exactly what the xenomorph did.
Yeah, just fucked everybody up.
Yep.
Yep. And the thing is they still had the cool horror, scary shit
Mm-hmm.
moments where the xenomorph is standing on the statue, standing still and not moving, and you don't
is
know
the-
about it
Yes.
until it moves, and you're like, "You're fucked."
Yep. The map says you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but the classic pulse rifle sound.
Oh yeah.
It's so nostalgic for me because I love
Mm-hmm.
Aliens, the James Cameron version and the James Cameron one, and like watching all of the lore and watching the boy genius just like, what did we create? Because not only is he building a synth that can only be used by children, but he's also created something more with her than Wendy.
Yeah.
Wendy is not your normal. She's beyond his programming, and they've
Mhm.
noticed that, and you can see it too because she's hearing things, and so are the rest of them when it comes to like the vibrations of the xenomorph.
Also,
so-
she's able to control things a lot easier too.
Yes, like she was able to control the cameras. She was able to like feed up, like send communications. I'm very interested on how this season goes. It's been great, and I think it comes out Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I don't remember,
No, no.
but
I'm as soon as it comes out, I'm watching it because
yeah,
the big shocker of the entire thing that a lot of people didn't know, and now it's canon, is the Ice Age movies are canon to the Alien universe. The Ice Age cartoons are now canon to the Alien universe.
Yes, that's what a lot of people like. Ice Age is now canon. Yes, because they were all Fox at one point. So
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, I enjoyed the shit out of it. The special effects were great. The blood leeches that were draining people dry were freaking gross and amazing. The eyeball was creepy as hell. The plant thing that is not a plant thing that's hanging from the ceiling.
we don't know the extent of that thing right
Mm-mm.
now. It just
Nope.
is hanging upside down, and
It's
the
just
only
there for
thing,
right now.
the white-haired artificial.
The Timothy Oliphant, he is so
Yes.
creepy in this.
I love it though.
Yes.
He's giving off the guy from Blade Runner
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
No emotion, doesn't care,
Yes.
stoic,
And
just creepy as fuck.
and Blade Runner and Alien are same universe. Everyone says it. We all know it. So seeing a artificial being similar to the main character from Blade Runner is scary because you're right, he has no emotion.
No.
He is dead.
Yeah.
And you're just like, there's something going to happen with him. He looks scary and something is going to happen with him later. You could just almost tell.
I like that they're putting the corporations into it too, because you know that the corporation, the one that owns the science vessel, was brought these creatures back and want to bring these creatures back and expect them, their company property, while the Boy Genius Corporation is like, it landed in mine, so I've got to take care of it.
Yep.
And if you don't like it, we've got attorneys
Call
for
a lawyer.
that.
Exactly. Call a lawyer. And I was like, you know what? That's a dick move, but it's
Yeah.
a good move.
Yeah. And I like that we're getting more world, basis on this stuff, which is good because we need this. We need, if it was just going to be about the xenomorph killing everybody, it would have been okay, cool, but this just makes it even better.
Yeah. The role playing game that Free League Publishing did doesn't just stop with the xenomorph. It has every other creature that they've mentioned in the past Alien franchise movies. The engineers, all of them, and it's just so good to see that featured because I could see that coming later because Free League is doing the second book, the second edition of the Alien book is going to have like all the stuff from Romulus, which is great. But I can see them adding more, especially with the TV show. So if the iBug alien comes out, I'm using it in a game. I don't care. I don't care if it gets squashed in the first game, but
It's happening.
It's happening. I love those games. I love games like that. I love aliens. I love aliens. So I'm very excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, I am too. Music was great. Special effects was great. Acting was great. Everything about this show has been very, very good. This thing's getting 0 for me right now. I can't wait for the next episode. I can't wait for the alien to fuck things up again. I can't wait to see where this goes. I hope we get, a good amount of seasons. It's already gotten some of the highest ratings out there. I'm sure it's going to get renewed easily.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
So the next thing, we spent about 20 minutes talking about that.
Well, all three of us watched it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The next thing we're talking about, Mizzy and I watched. I don't know if you've watched it, Nestor. You probably haven't. But if you haven't, you need to, because I personally am not very much into K-pop, but K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix was fucking banging.
I've heard good things about it.
I am obsessed. Okay.
So K-pop Demon Hunters and it's actually sang by actual K-pop artists. And they do the voices and so on and so forth. The story is simple and easy. You've seen it before. As soon as you watch it, you're going to know how the story unfolds and what's going to happen. And, it's projected a mile away. You can see the plot, no problem whatsoever. The animation is pretty fun. Animation is pretty neat. It's nice and pretty and clean. But the one thing that get out of this is you're used to music in cartoons, seeing Disney, so on and so forth. But this music is, I mean, this is legit good banging music.
They did not have to go as hard as they did, and they did, and it shows. And my brain is very happy with everything.
Nice.
This movie has been such a big success on Netflix. They're going to be releasing it on the theaters with a sing along.
Oh wow.
So that's kind of everybody I know's watched it. They've put it on their Spotify list or their iTunes list, and the songs are really, really good. They're very catchy. They're very fun. I'm not a K-pop listener, but I actually went back and tried to do that. I cannot wait to have it. I think it's really good. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another one and another K-pop list, because the lady that did the K-pop, I think she's on the group called Twice, and I actually looked her up to listen to it, and I was really, 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 really surprised at how good this music was. And I'm not a K-pop listener. I get it, and I started listening to other K-pop, see if there's anything as banging as this. But these songs just, I'm sitting there listening to this, and I'm like doing this in the car. I'm like, and like some of them got some stank on it. Was it Idol? Idol's has got, this one's got some stank on it, because you're like, getting into it and everything. I was like, this shit's actually pretty good. Story wise, it's predictable beyond belief. Is it cute?
So sweet and wholesome and wonderful.
Yes, it is very much. I would say, a young girl, triumph story, sisterly love type thing, and it's solid, and it was solid animation, story's predictable, good voices, good story still either way, but the music just sets it above and beyond. Ed Fogos, who wants to make a Daggerheart group of bards. A group of bards is a big bad guy in the Daggerheart game. And you should also let us know what your Daggerheart, so we can, I like to see other Daggerheart games too. But I was really impressed with the music in this. It's very catchy tunes.
What are you giving it, Gonzo?
I'm actually giving it a 0. This is a shit.
Good.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I had to watch it in 2 sittings because I wasn't able to finish it, but I got about halfway through. And like I said, you know the plot. You know the plot. You know what's going to happen. You know it. But it's just good. I mean, I started listening to music on my way home after our game and everything. And I was like, I'm going to put this in and listen to the soundtrack a little bit more. And I was sitting in the car and I'm like, getting that stank on, just going. And then, of course, the 2 songs come in and I'm like, and then on the way home, after I listened to the soundtrack, I'm like, okay, what's the other K-pop? Is there any other K-pops that are like this? And Shadow Sword is right. It has no right being this good. It is a very solid.
So I was talking to a friend before I watched it myself, and he was like, I wanted to not like this.
Very much so.
But you can't help but to like it.
Yeah.
It's infectious.
Yeah, the songs are very, very catchy.
Mm-hmm.
And the acting is actually pretty funny, because some of the girls, the lines the girls say are just like, oh my god, abs, and and it's got the anime feel to it. So I mean, you'll like it.
I love the food scenes.
Yeah, the couch.
Couch.
It is a very good, feel good movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know the plot. Like I said, you know the plot. You know what's going to happen. You know everything that's going to happen, but it's just so fun to watch.
I mean, it's right there, and it's right there in the title, K-pop Demon Hunters. Like,
yeah.
You don't need to know anything except that you're good. Like,
Yeah,
It's something I'll have to check it out. It's
you'll like it. You're like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit.
no, you're gonna love
like
it.
like this week is a very chill week for me. So um this
You'll
past
have
week
to you'll have to tell me about what your favorite song is. If you
I'll
can
have to find out.
decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can decide. Because I've got two right now.
It's funny because that's something that I'm sure I'll talk to my daughter about, and Sophie will tell me what her thoughts on it are. Um,
Will she tell you why you're wrong?
no, she'll just tell me. She'll be like, "I like this and this and this and this and this, and you should check it out."
I like it.
Yeah, I didn't. Now it's my turn. I had nothing the whole week because I was working nights. So I slept when I could and worked when I during the week. So I think the only other thing, Hailstorm came out with another album,
Oh.
which I love.
Ooh.
I love Lizzie Hailstorm.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen to
Um,
that.
yeah, it's it's a bit heavy at
That's gonna be
times. Where
good.
like you're like, I love it, and she's awesome, and
This is Lizzie, man.
it's Lizzie Hale. Like, of course, I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to it. And there's other times, and I'm just like, girl, what happened? Who hurt you? Who do I have to beat up? Like, like it's her and Amy from Evanescence, Amy Lee.
Oh.
Like those are the two women I will throw down for, like in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because they're gorgeous.
That's sweet. But the album was great. I had no issues with it. I think I just wish it was longer. But I say that about every. It could be 3 hours long, and I'll still say I wish it was longer. Um, I think I can listen to Linkin Park, Evanescence, and Hailstorm any at a drop of a hat.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it gets zero. It's gonna get zero space RBs because it's Lizzie Hale.
I'll
If you don't
listen to
like
that tomorrow morning on my way to work.
nice.
We
What I'm
did
listening to at work.
we did start a new anime because the anime we were watching it went to not dubbed, so we weren't going to watch anything subtitled.
We
Uh,
are not patient. We are not patiently waiting for new episodes of
Water Element,
Water- the Water Magician.
Water
But
Magician. We decided to try something else, and I put it on our Crunchyroll queue, and I've heard it was actually pretty good, so we started watching it, and it is Fire Squad. And it is about firemen fighting fire demons. And
Okay.
we're only about what 3 or 4 episodes into it, and it's got your anime trope or whatever thing, where one guy is super powerful but is clumsy as hell or whatever. But what I really like about it is the fight scenes are animated with action, not like I jump forward, Dragon Ball Z, sit there for 20 seconds and then you see a flash of light and the guy's dead. No, it's like he's skating around and he's jumping, and it's actually animated fight scenes.
I'm not down with the Dragon Ball Z slander.
No. Well, you just get used to it. We only started there. I guess there's like 3 or 4 seasons of it. But I mean, so far it's been pretty good. We're gonna continue to watch it. It seems like it's a lot of fun. Characters seem interesting. The animation is good. So we'll have to continue watch it. May watch it without some people and let them catch up, type thing. But I've enjoyed it a lot. So, other than that, I did watch the newest Discovery episode, and it wasn't the Muppet episode yet, so I'm kind of disappointed. I want the Muppet episode, or not Discovery, Brave New World, or
Strange New World.
Strange New Worlds. Yeah, Strange New Worlds. They've got a Muppet episode, and I really wanted to watch that. So,
well, yes.
I think my favorite Strange New Worlds episode is always going to be the musical.
Fair.
Well, this episode was a stab in the heart based on what happened. It was kind of soul crushing. The ending of it. It was, and the characters are soul crushed about what happened on this.
Am I gonna cry?
No, but you're gonna be like, oh, that fucking hurt.
I'm gonna get my feels hurt. Okay.
Yeah. And so the anime that we were talking about was Fire Force. That we started watching. But I mean, I had a lot of fun. This last Star Trek episode was really good, and they expanded on some characters, and there was a oh shit at the very end of it. So we'll have to wait and see.
I because the one thing we all have to realize is that whatever bridge crew is there on the Enterprise now is not meant to be there
Mm-mm.
later,
Right.
right? Like when Hammer, the original engineer from season 1, right? Like I
That still
really liked,
hurts.
and that hurt. That did
yeah.
hurt. And
That
I was
still
like,
hurts.
yes, I know we're going to get Scotty later, but
But Hammer.
Hammer was awesome.
Well,
Hammer
I
was
have a
awesome.
feeling that since this, I mean, it's renewed for one more season and that's it. I have a feeling
Yeah.
by the time that season hits, you're gonna have the
Yeah.
original Star Trek crew, the
Yeah,
Enterprise crew.
and that makes
You're gonna have
sense.
Kirk
That
and Spock and everybody in their
Mhm.
spot because Scotty's there
Yep.
right now. So
Scotty's
uh,
there right now. Um,
Spock is there. Ahura's
Spock,
there,
Kirk is
floating,
lieutenant is floating, but he's first officer on another ship.
and he's in this
That's like
news
correct.
episode.
What we don't have are Chekhov, Sulu, and Bones.
Yeah.
As of right now.
We got time
Which
though.
yes, and that's the thing. Like we got Scotty, and I love Scotty. Scotty as an engineer, you're supposed to love Scotty. Scotty, LaForge,
Yeah.
all the engineers from Star Trek. Torres, uh, what's his O'Brien from Deep Space Nine. I can name all. I love all the engineers from Star Trek, but I love seeing. That's why Hammer's death hit so hard. But
Yep.
the musical episode was just so impacting for me at the
It-
time. So like,
There's a lot of people that hate. They're like, I hope they don't do a silly, stupid musical or whatever. And the next day it was like, here's a Muppet episode coming up. And they're like, And I'm like, there's always going to be one silly or weird, type of episode on a Star Trek show. There always is.
Yeah.
and
That's just how this works.
Yes.
and from it's not only just that, but like I like musical episodes in general.
Yeah.
So like The Flash did a musical episode, and Grant Gustin and Melissa Benoist from Supergirl, they were on Glee, right? And then you got Jesse
They
Martin.
killed it.
And then you got Jesse Martin from Rent, and like all these other actors who can sing. And I was like, we're done. This is like the best musical episode ever. And then you find out Spock has lungs on him. He can sing like crazy.
I did not see the D&D episode from the
I
Netflix
did.
Ultron.
That was an awesome episode. That was awesome. It's one of those like I highly suggest definitely go checking that one
I'll
out.
have to find out what episode it is and watch it. Because I did watch Voltron when it first came out. And I don't think I've finished it or whatever. But I'll have to see if I can find it. Guys, we're actually over on our time. We appreciate you hanging out and listening to us. We've got
talking like a bunch of nerds.
yeah, we're just going off on a lot of cool things that happened this week. We appreciate y'all listening. We appreciate y'all hanging out. We appreciate everything about it. It's been a blast being here and talking about this. This week, Wednesday, I will be doing working on some more miniatures. Who's with me this week? Is it Mizzy or Nessie?
What's Nessie's schedule?
I am actually available.
Okay.
I will be,
Then you get a Nessie.
Okay,
Get
so
an essay.
Nessie and I are going to work on some miniatures. We are going to be setting up some streams pretty soon. Once we can get it, we're going to be doing some card game streams where like Nestor and I and Mizzy are going to do and play some card games online just to, hang out with each other. If we can ever get some Gundam decks down here, we will be playing those. But we may do some Star Wars Unlimited or some whatchamacallit,
Commander.
Commander decks,
Amanda,
and just have some fun. So you'll probably may see those every once in a while. So
I'll have to get a Star Wars Unlimited deck and learn how to play it. So
it's super
It's
easy.
super easy.
And
I picked it up in like 5 minutes, and I won my first game against Gonzo.
And at this point, I still blame Bree for my Magic the Gathering stuff that happened, and I'm going to also blame her for the Gundam card game, even though she had nothing to do with that. I'm just going to
blame her
for that as well.
You can also get 2-player starter sets, so you and your partner can play too.
Nice.
So
You can also blame Bree for Star Wars Unlimited.
No, I am. No, that's perfectly standard.
all right, folks, we appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us. Please take care of yourself and look after each other out there. We love you, and we want to see you next time. For More Than Dice, I'm Gonzo.
I'm Izzy.
I'm Nessie.
Good night.
Thanks for listening to More Than Dice, making the world a better, nerdier place, one dumb joke at a time. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. For more nerdy action or to connect with your hosts, check them out on Facebook.com/morethandice and Twitch.tv/more_than_dice. Until next time, stay nerdy, stay proud, and we'll see you soon on the More Than Dice podcast.